Hello, and welcome to another one of Senor Johnson's Spanish podcasts. Okay, welcome to episode 7 of the Spanish 1 podcasts for Senor Johnson's Terra High School Spanish 1 class. The objective of today's lesson is that you should be able to tell when to use familiar and formal greetings and to identify greetings as one or the other. So we're going to go over that today. Let's go ahead and get started. First off, you should understand, in Spanish there are two ways to greet people. Two ways to say, how are you doing? One of them is familiar. Now you use familiar greetings with your friends, your family, or people who are younger than you, generally speaking. Alright? And here's a couple of examples of familiar greetings that you've already learned. ¿Cómo estás? And ¿qué tal? Let's pronounce those. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? Now if you remember, ¿Cómo estás? Means how are you? Or how are you doing? ¿Qué tal? is like saying, what's up? And both of those are familiar greetings. So you would really only use these with friends, family, or people younger than you. The next ones we need to talk about are formal greetings. Formal greetings are used with people you don't know, older people, or anyone you want to be polite towards. Okay, those are formal greetings. Let's see an example of one of those that you'll remember. ¿Cómo está usted? Let's pronounce it. ¿Cómo está usted? That means how are you? Just like ¿Cómo estás? But this is the polite form. Okay? Now I'd like to point out, just because we have familiar and formal doesn't mean that familiar is rude. Okay, formal is just very, very polite, like yes sir, no sir. Okay, if you're friends and if you're close friends with somebody, you don't generally speaking say yes sir to them or yes ma'am. You know, those are your friends, these are the people you can relax with. That's what you use the familiar greetings for. Now I do realize this, that I left familiar greetings up on top of this one, and that should say formal greetings, and I apologize for that. If you didn't notice it, well, don't worry about it. Alright, let's get on to a little bit of practica. Alright, I'm going to, in this practica, give you a couple of examples. My question is, how would you greet the people in each of these examples? And we'll go over a few options. Let's go ahead and get started. First off, Senor Gomez. Alright, we're meeting Senor Gomez. How are we going to say hi to Senor Gomez? Alright. Well, if it's Senor Gomez, well, we're calling him Mr. Gomez. We don't know him on a first name basis. He's probably not one of our friends. And we don't really speak call family Mr. We're probably talking about somebody older than us or somebody we want to show respect to. So we're going to use formal. So we would probably use ¿Cómo está usted? Okay? ¿Cómo está usted? Because, once again, this is formal. This is when we're trying to be polite to. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one. Tu amiga Rebecca. Tu amiga Rebecca. Well, let's see. Tu amiga Rebecca. Let's see. What does that mean? Tu amiga Rebecca means your friend Rebecca. Alright? Yeah. Now, she's your friend. Well, if we remember back, that goes to familiar greetings. So we have two options that we went over today. They are ¿Qué tal? And the other one that would really go with this would also be ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal or ¿Cómo estás? Would go really well with this one. Alright, our next example. La Señora Cantu. Sorry, that's actually pronounced La Señora Cantu. La Señora Cantu. Well, that's Mrs. Cantu. Alright, well, once again, we're using Mrs. That's formal, polite. We're going to go with ¿Cómo está usted? That's ¿Cómo está usted? Alright, the next one, tu maestro, or your maestra. That's maestro, maestra. Well, let's see, that's your teacher. You really should be polite with your teachers. So we're going to use ¿Cómo está usted? ¿Cómo está usted? Very politely, how are you? Sorry, I thought I had another question, but apparently I didn't. Well, if you have any preguntas, any questions, by all means, email me at jjohnson2@ebrschools.org or log on to the website http://blackboard.ebrpss.k12.la.us. Log in, hit the discussion boards, and let me know how you think this podcast went. If you thought there was something I could have done better with it. I know this is a particularly short one, but hey, this should have been a particularly easy lesson. If you still have questions on it, though, by all means, ask me questions in class. Okay? I cannot help unless I am told what's confusing. Alright? So by all means, contact me if you have any questions, and I will see you in class. Hasta luego.